Welcome back to ZE Coins channel today, the 1776 to 1976 $1 coin with the P Mint mark, a coin that quietly carries 200 years of American history in its metal. This coin is not just money. It is a symbol, a time capsule, and for many collectors, a deeply emotional connection to the nation's past. To truly understand this coin, we must first travel back to the year 1776. This was the year the 13 colonies made a bold and dangerous decision to declare independence from British rule. The Declaration of Independence was signed in Philadelphia, a city that would later become central not only to American politics but also to American coinage. The spirit of 1776 represents courage, rebellion against injustice, and the birth of a new idea of freedom. For Americans, that year is sacred, and every generation finds new ways to remember it. Fast forward 200 years to 1976. The United States was a very different country. It had survived civil war, world wars, economic depressions, and dramatic social change. The bicentennial was more than a birthday celebration. It was a national reflection. Americans looked back at where they came from and asked where they were going next. Cities were decorated in red, white, and blue. Schools taught special lessons. Fireworks lit up the skies. Music, parades, and commemorative items flooded the country. Among these items, coins played a very special role. The U.S. Mint decided to create special bicentennial designs for circulating coins. Instead of the usual eagle on the reverse of the $1 coin, a new image was chosen. This image would speak directly to the revolutionary spirit of 1776 while honoring 200 years of independence. The result was a powerful and memorable design that instantly set the 1776 to 1976 $1 coin apart from all others. That on the front of the coin, the familiar face of Dwight D. Eisenhower remains. Eisenhower was a respected general and president, a symbol of leadership and strength during the mid-20th century. His portrait connects the modern United States to its recent past. Surrounding his image, the dual date 1776 to 1976 appears, immediately telling the viewer that this coin is special. It is not tied to a single year, but instead bridges 2 centuries of history. Turning the coin over reveals the heart of the bicentennial message. The reverse design features the Liberty Bell superimposed over the moon. This image is deeply symbolic. The Liberty Bell represents the birth of American freedom, cracked but enduring. The moon represents human achievement, exploration, and the future. In 1969, only a few years before the bicentennial, Americans had walked on the moon for the first time. By placing these 2 symbols together, the coin tells a story of a nation born in revolution that reached beyond Earth itself. The Philadelphia Mint played a major role in producing these bicentennial dollar coins. Coins from this mint traditionally do not carry a visible mint mark, but collectors often refer to them as P-Mint coins because of their origin. Philadelphia is not just another mint location. It is the birthplace of American independence and the historical heart of U.S. coin production. Knowing that a bicentennial coin was struck there adds another layer of meaning for collectors and history lovers. These coins were produced in large numbers, and many were released into circulation. People used them in everyday transactions, sometimes without even noticing the historical significance in their hands. Others saved them immediately, tucking them away in drawers, albums, and safety deposit boxes as souvenirs of the bicentennial year. Because of this, many examples still exist today in relatively good condition. However, condition matters deeply when it comes to value and worth. A coin that has been heavily circulated, scratched, or damaged tells a different story than one that remains crisp and clean. Collectors examine details such as surface preservation, luster, strike quality, and overall eye appeal. Even though the design is the same, each coin's journey through time leaves unique marks. The metal composition of the coin is another important detail. Most Philadelphia bicentennial dollar coins were struck in copper-nickel clad, intended for circulation. There were also special collector versions struck in silver, but those were typically produced at other mints and sold directly to collectors. Understanding this difference is essential when discussing worth, because composition plays a role in desirability and long-term interest. Beyond metal and condition, emotion plays a powerful role in why people collect these coins. For many Americans, the bicentennial was a joyful and hopeful time. Holding a 1776 to 1976 dollar coin can bring back memories of childhood, family gatherings, parades, and a sense of national pride. Coins are physical objects, but they are also memory holders. For new collectors, this coin often serves as a gateway into the hobby. It is accessible, recognizable, and rich in meaning. Seeing the dual date sparks curiosity. Why two dates? Why this design? That curiosity leads to research, learning, and eventually a deeper appreciation for numismatics. In that way, the bicentennial dollar continues to educate and inspire decades after it was made to eye in the broader market. The worth of coins is influenced by supply, demand, historical importance, and collector interest. The 1776 to 1976 $1 coin, with Philadelphia origin, sits at an interesting intersection. It is common enough to be familiar, yet important enough to remain desirable. Its value is not just measured in money, but in what it represents within American culture. When discussing its monetary worth, it is important to be precise and respectful of the facts. Many exaggerated claims exist online, promising unrealistic riches. A responsible discussion focuses on realistic valuation and historical context rather than hype. This builds trust and helps collectors make informed decisions as we reach the end of this journey through history, symbolism, and collecting. The 1776 to 1976 $1 coin stands as a reminder that even everyday objects can carry extraordinary stories. From the signing of the Declaration of Independence to the celebration of 200 years of freedom, this coin connects past, present, and future in a single design. Its worth, when discussed carefully and honestly, reflects both its place in the market and its place in the American story. The early years of the United States, a time when America was still defining its identity, struggling for economic stability, and learning how to stand on its own in a world dominated by powerful empires. Between the years 1809 and 1817, the United States Mint produced $1 coins that quietly became witnesses to history. These coins were not just money. They were symbols of confidence, craftsmanship, and national pride. Today, collectors and historians look back at these $1 coins with fascination. Their designs, mint marks, and survival stories make them some of the most talked about early American silver coins. In this video, we will explore the background, production, mint marks, and historical importance of the United States $1 coins minted between 1809 and 1817, and why they continue to hold strong interest in the world of numismatics. Historical background. America between 1809 and 1817, the period from 1809 to 1817, was a defining era for the United States. James Madison served as president, and the nation faced economic challenges, political tension, and the War of 1812. Trade disruptions with Britain and France affected silver supplies, making coin production more difficult than many people realize today. The United States Mint, still relatively young, had to operate under limited resources while maintaining public trust in its currency. Silver dollars during this period were essential for trade, especially in international commerce. Unlike smaller denominations, the $1 coin carried weight, both literally and economically. Its presence signaled credibility in an age when paper money was often viewed with suspicion. The design, artistry meets the $1 coins of this era featured the iconic draped bust design, transitioning into the capped bust style. Liberty was portrayed not as a queen, but as a strong, classical figure, reflecting American ideals of freedom and independence. Her expression was calm, yet determined, symbolizing a nation that was still young but ambitious. On the reverse, the American eagle appeared proud and powerful, clutching symbols of strength and unity. The design was meant to communicate stability to both citizens and foreign traders. Every detail, from the stars representing the states to the lettering around the rim, was carefully chosen to project authority and permanence. Production and challenges at the MNT between 1809 and 1817, silver dollar production was inconsistent. Some years saw limited mintages due to shortages of silver bullion. Much of the silver used came from foreign coins that were melted down and restruck into U.S. currency. This practice explains why many of these early dollars show variation in strike quality and surface detail. Minting technology at the time relied heavily on manual labor. Dies were engraved by hand, leading to subtle differences between coins. These variations are now studied closely by collectors, who use them to identify die marriages and specific production runs that mint marks. What they tell us during this period, most $1 coins were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not use a mint mark. This absence itself has become a point of interest. Because there were no branch mints striking silver dollars at the time, collectors rely on style, die characteristics, and historical records to determine authenticity and origin. The lack of mint marks adds a layer of mystery and appeal. Each coin must be examined carefully, making the collecting experience more personal and investigative. For many enthusiasts, this detective work is part of the excitement, circulation, and SUR of all these $1 coins were heavily used. They circulated widely in commerce, passed through countless hands, and traveled across states and borders. As a result, many examples did not survive in high condition. Coins that remain today often show signs of wear, scratches, and edge marks, all of which tell a story of real-world use. Some coins were later exported, hoarded, or melted down during times of economic hardship. This attrition over time has made surviving examples increasingly desirable. Each surviving coin is a rare messenger from an era when America was still shaping its future. Collector interest and numismatic SFA collectors value these coins not only for their silver content, but also for their historical weight. Owning a $1 coin from 1809 to 1817 is like owning a physical fragment of early American history. These coins appeal to a wide range of collectors, from beginners fascinated by early U.S. coinage to advanced numismatists studying die varieties and strike characteristics. Their appeal is enhanced by the stories behind them. The War of 1812, economic uncertainty, and the evolution of American identity are all embedded within these small silver discs. This combination of history, artistry, and scarcity keeps demand strong. That's why these coins still matter in a modern world dominated by digital transactions. Early silver dollars remind us of a time when money had weight, sound, and texture. They represent trust built through metal and craftsmanship rather than code and screens. For many people, these coins serve as a tangible connection to the past, grounding history in something you can actually hold. Their continued interest also reflects a growing appreciation for historical preservation. Coins like these are not just collectibles. They are educational tools, conversation starters, and cultural artifacts. Final thoughts. A silver dollar with the United States $1 coins minted between 1809 and 1817 stand as silent witnesses to a formative chapter in American history. They survived wars, trade disruptions, and centuries of change. Each coin carries the marks of its journey, making it unique and meaningful. The $1 coin struck between 1829 and 1837 is more than money. It is history pressed into metal, a storyteller without a voice, carrying the spirit of a young republic determined to define itself. To understand the true worth of these $1 coins, we must first step into the world that created them. The United States of America during this period was expanding rapidly westward. New states were forming, trade routes were stretching farther, and trust in a unified national economy was still fragile. Coins were not merely tools of commerce. They were symbols of federal authority and national pride. Each silver dollar represented stability in a time when paper money was often questioned and banks rose and fell with alarming speed. The $1 coins of this era carried designs that reflected both classical influence and American ideals. Liberty appeared calm yet determined, her profile inspired by ancient civilizations but reshaped for a modern republic. The eagle on the reverse was not aggressive but confident, suggesting strength through balance rather than domination. These images mattered deeply. In a nation still defining freedom and democracy, the coin's design was a daily reminder of shared values, passed hand to hand across towns and territories. During this period, mint marks began to play a subtle yet powerful role. Coins struck at different mints carried small, identifying letters that today mean everything to collectors. At the time, these marks simply indicated where the coin was made, but now they serve as clues in a historical puzzle. Each mint had its own challenges, production limits, and regional pressures. As a result, Coins from certain mints became scarcer, not by design, but by circumstance. That scarcity is one of the foundations of their modern value. Unlike modern machine-perfect coins, these silver dollars were the product of intense human labor. Engravers cut dies by hand. Press operators worked long hours, and variations were inevitable. Small differences in strike quality, alignment, and surface texture make each surviving coin unique. When you hold one today, you are touching the result of countless human decisions, from the miner extracting silver to the mint worker inspecting the final strike. The years between 1829 and 1837 were anything but calm. Political battles over banking, economic policy, and federal power shook the nation. The approach of financial panic tested public confidence. Many coins were melted, lost, or worn smooth through heavy use. The fact that any of these $1 coins survived in collectible condition is remarkable. Their survival adds another layer of importance, turning them into rare witnesses of resilience. Collectors are not only chasing metal, they are chasing stories. A $1 coin from this era connects directly to frontier trade, early American industry, and the daily lives of ordinary people. The combination of limited mintages, historical relevance, and classic design creates a powerful attraction. Each coin feels like a personal time machine, offering a tangible link to an era often known only through textbooks and portraits. Over time, certain examples emerged as especially desirable. Coins with clear details, original surfaces, and identifiable mint marks stand above the rest. Demand grows not from hype, but from understanding. Knowledgeable collectors recognize that these pieces are finite. No more will ever be made. As interest in early American history continues to rise, so does appreciation for objects that authentically represent it. Beyond collecting, these coins occupy a unique space as historical assets. They carry intrinsic silver content, artistic merit, and cultural weight. Unlike modern investments that rely on abstract numbers, these coins offer something solid and visible. Their worth is shaped by time itself, by how generations continue to value the early foundations of the United States. When you look at a $1 coin from the years 1829 to 1837, you are not just seeing currency. You are seeing a nation learning who it is. You are seeing the optimism of expansion, the tension of political change, and the craftsmanship of an age before automation. These coins have traveled through nearly 2 centuries, passing through countless hands, each journey adding to their story. Today's video, we are diving deep into the world of the 1841 $1 coin, exploring its history, its design, its mint marks, and why collectors continue to be fascinated by its value and worth. This is not a rushed overview. This is a journey. So sit back, relax, and let's step into 19th century America through one remarkable coin. Historical background of the 1841 $1 in the year 1841 sits in a pivotal moment in United States history. The country was still relatively young, yet growing rapidly. James K. Polk had not yet taken office. Westward expansion was accelerating, and trade was booming both domestically and internationally. Silver coins played a critical role in daily transactions, especially large denomination pieces like the $1 coin to AT this time. Paper money was not as trusted or widespread as it would later become. People relied heavily on precious metal coins for savings and commerce. The $1 coin represented real purchasing power, often used for significant transactions rather than small, everyday purchases. Because of this, many silver dollars were stored, exported, melted, or heavily circulated, making surviving examples today all the more intriguing. The 1841 $1 coin belongs to the Seated Liberty series, a design that symbolized stability, freedom, and classical beauty. This series reflected America's desire to present itself as a cultured and enduring nation on the global stage. The design and the artistry of the 1841 $1 coin is one of its most captivating features. On the obverse, we see Lady Liberty seated on a rock, holding a liberty pole topped with a cap. In her other hand, she rests a shield inscribed with the word liberty. This image conveys strength balanced with grace, a powerful message for a growing republic. Her posture is calm yet confident, suggesting control, vigilance, and national pride. The stars surrounding liberty represent the states of the Union, while the date below firmly anchors the coin in its historical moment. Turning the coin over, the reverse features a majestic eagle with outstretched wings. The eagle clutches arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing the nation's readiness for defense and its desire for peace. Around the eagle, the inscriptions identify the country and the denomination, reinforcing the authority and legitimacy of the coin. Every line, curve, and symbol was carefully chosen. This was not merely currency. It was national art carried in the pockets of citizens. Understanding mint marks. One of the most important aspects of the 1841 $1 coin is its mint mark. Mint marks tell us where a coin was produced, and they add layers of meaning and collectability that in 1841, United States silver dollars were struck at different mints, each with its own characteristics. Coins minted in Philadelphia typically carry no mint mark. This was the primary mint and produced a significant portion of the nation's coinage. Coins struck in New Orleans bear a small mint mark. The New Orleans mint was crucial for handling silver coming from trade routes along the Mississippi River and the Gulf of Mexico. Coins from this mint often have slightly different striking qualities, and collectors pay close attention to these subtle differences. The presence or absence of a mint mark can influence how collectors view a coin. It tells a story of geography, trade, and the logistical challenges of minting coins in a rapidly expanding nation. A circulation and SURVL, the 1841 $1 coin, was a workhorse of its time. Many of these coins circulated heavily, acquiring marks, wear, and character along the way. Others were shipped overseas as part of international trade, where they sometimes vanished from American records altogether. Because silver had intrinsic value, some coins were melted down during later periods when bullion prices rose. This reduced the number of surviving examples, increasing interest among collectors today. When examining an 1841 $1 coin, collectors look closely at wear patterns, surface quality, and overall eye appeal. Even coins with significant wear can hold strong historical charm, while better-preserved examples offer a clearer window into the past. That's why collectors care about this, and collectors are drawn to the 1841 $1 coin for several reasons. First, it represents an era when American coinage was both functional and deeply symbolic. Second, its size and silver content give it a satisfying physical presence that modern coins often lack. Third, the seated Liberty design has a timeless elegance that appeals to both seasoned numismatists and newcomers. Finally, the mystery surrounding survival rates, mint marks, and historical usage keeps the coin endlessly interesting. Owning such a coin is like owning a fragment of American identity. It connects the present to a time when the nation was still defining itself, one transaction at a time. Value and worth in today's. If people talk about the value of the 1841 $1 coin, they are really talking about a combination of history, condition, rarity, and demand. Its worth is not only measured in metal, but in meaning. Collectors often seek this coin as part of a broader seated Liberty collection or as a standalone historical piece. Its appeal spans generations, making it a consistent topic of discussion in numismatic circles. Final changes. The United States of America 1841 $1 coin is more than an old silver dollar. It is a survivor of economic shifts, political changes, and the everyday lives of people who used it long before modern conveniences existed. Whether you are a collector, a history enthusiast, or someone simply curious about old coins, this piece offers a powerful connection to the past. It reminds us that even small objects can carry enormous stories, and that value is often found not just in numbers, but in legacy.